You're watching True Crime Archives, real mysteries in just minutes. Let's dive into the case. Hotels are supposed to be places of comfort, safety, and escape. But sometimes a hotel room can hold secrets darker than any guest could imagine. Over the years, some hotels have become famous not for luxury, but for mysteries that remain unsolved to this day. Tonight, we'll explore the top 3 creepiest hotel mysteries, from strange deaths to haunted halls, to stories that defy explanation. Would you dare spend the night in any of these hotels? Let's find out. Our first stop takes us to Estes Park, Colorado, home of the world-famous Stanley Hotel. Opened in 1909, the Stanley is a grand white structure surrounded by mountains and silence. It looks peaceful from the outside, but guests and staff have reported ghostly encounters here for over a century. Author Stephen King stayed at the Stanley in 1974. Wandering its empty halls, he was inspired to write The Shining and turned the hotel into a legend. Guests claim to hear children laughing in empty halls, pianos playing with no one near, and apparitions standing at the foot of their beds. Room 217 is said to be the most haunted, where a housekeeper once survived a massive gas explosion. Visitors report her spirit still tidies the room. Some dismiss it as imagination, but thousands of visitors every year come to seek the paranormal, and many leave convinced something is there. Would you dare spend the night in the Stanley Hotel? Or is it just another tourist trap feeding off its haunted reputation? Our second story takes us back to January 1935 in Kansas City's Hotel President. A young man checked in under the name Roland T. Owen, but nothing about his stay was ordinary. He refused housekeeping, kept the blinds tightly closed, and often sat in complete darkness. He claimed he was waiting for someone. Over the next days, staff heard multiple voices in his room. Sometimes he seemed to argue with someone, yet no second guest was ever officially registered. On January 4th, staff entered room 1046 and found Owen tied up, beaten, and stabbed. Incredibly, he was still alive. When asked who had attacked him, Owen whispered, "Nobody did this." Hours later, he died, taking the truth with him. Even stranger, investigators discovered that Roland T. Owen was a fake name. His true identity was later revealed as Artemus Ogletree, a young man from Birmingham, Alabama. Who killed him? Was it a jealous lover, a criminal associate, or someone he had arranged to meet in Kansas City? Despite intense investigation, no one was ever arrested. The case of room 1046 remains unsolved to this day. Some call it a mob hit. Others think it was a tragic love affair. What do you believe happened in room 1046? Our final case is also the most disturbing. In 2013, the disappearance of Canadian student Elisa Lam at Los Angeles' Cecil Hotel became an international obsession. The Cecil Hotel already had a dark reputation, connected to serial killers, suicides, and decades of tragedy. When Elisa vanished, police released elevator surveillance footage. What they found shocked the world. In the video, Elisa presses multiple buttons, steps in and out of the elevator, and appears to speak to someone unseen in the hallway.
At times she waves her hands in strange gestures, almost as if fighting off something invisible. Then she disappears from view. Weeks later, guests complained about the hotel's water. The pressure was low, and the water tasted strange. Maintenance workers checked the rooftop tanks. Inside one of them, they found Elisa Lam's body. The tanks were locked and access was restricted. How Elisa entered them remains unexplained. Her death was ruled accidental drowning, but many refused to believe it. How could she climb inside alone? Some believe she suffered a mental health episode. Others suspect foul play. Conspiracies even claimed the hotel itself was cursed. The Cecil Hotel has long been associated with darkness. Could Elisa have been another victim of its sinister legacy? The footage of Elisa's final moments continues to terrify viewers. Have you seen it? What do you think she was experiencing? Some say the Cecil's walls hold the energy of every tragedy within them. Others insist it's all a coincidence. Whether paranormal or not, the case of Elisa Lam has become the most famous unsolved hotel mystery in the world. From haunted rooms and coded murders to chilling disappearances, hotels are not always what they seem. Each of these stories leaves us with more questions than answers, and perhaps that's what makes them so terrifying. Would you spend a night at the Stanley Hotel, knowing guests claim to see ghosts in the halls? Would you dare step inside room 1046, where Roland T. Owen whispered his last words before dying? Or could you bring yourself to ride the elevator at the Cecil Hotel, where Elisa Lam was last seen alive? These hotels remain standing, but their mysteries continue to haunt both visitors and investigators alike. What do you think really happened? Ghosts, crime, or something else entirely? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear your theories. And if you enjoy diving into history's darkest corners, don't forget to subscribe for more mysteries every week. Because sometimes the most chilling stories are not found in haunted houses, but in the very rooms where we close our eyes to sleep.